Um, any issue with that? Just check once. ఒకసారి చెక్ చేయి ఇప్పుడు. ఒకసారి చెక్ చేయి. No. Yeah. So let me just take the things forward. See, one thing you need to understand is this. Every problem that we encounter in life can be resolved in life once we start realizing what we don't know. Once we realize what we don't know, then automatically handling that becomes a very comfortable thing. Okay. So all my awareness class or this question answer session is all about this. So I just want to bring that drive in people, wherein first people will develop an attitude that once they have a problem, they encounter a problem, they must come under the mindset that there is something what they don't know. And once they get into that mindset, they should get started with the focus of exploration and bringing awareness about what is that they don't know that is creating problem in their lives. So once they start knowing what they don't know, then I think everything is going to be great in their lives. So let's work out with many more question answer sessions, and let's bring that awareness so that people can solve the problems of themselves and lead a comfortable life or a happy life. See, when I was under the perception that, okay, someone is going to control my life, someone is designing my life, there is someone like God up there, and He is making everything possible. He is making everything happen in my life. He is tuning my life according to His perceptions, okay? It's all not like that. See, life is totally in our control. We have a mind, and with the help of that mind, we think, and through our thinking, we create our life. Our life is just the creation of our thinking. So if people can understand exactly that their life is the creation of their thinking, so they'll realize that they are the masters of their life. Once they realize that they are the masters of their life, they are designing their life through their thinking, okay, automatically they'll focus on their thinking. There are many scriptures, many books, many things which taught us that, okay, we have to be conscious, we have to keep watching our thinking, we have to keep watching how our mind is thinking in different situations, because based on the way the mind thinks, okay, we are going to create our life. So if the mind is not thinking in a positive manner, if the mind is not thinking in a manner, okay, wherein we can create a better life out of ourselves, so we should be serious about changing it. If the mind is thinking in a manner through which we can create a wonderful life out of ourselves, then there is no problem with that. So this awareness has really made me that I started checking everything that is happening in my life, I started checking. So if I'm thinking with a positive outcome, if I'm thinking from courage, if I'm thinking from faith, if I'm thinking from confidence within myself, okay, then automatically everything good was being created. But when I start thinking from fear, when I start thinking from doubt, when I start thinking from hesitation, okay, I could not create a positive outcome out of my life. So there are many things, okay, which I could experience like this. If I start telling, okay, every challenge what I've encountered in my life, I've encountered it just because of my change in thinking. And how did it happen? It all came with one perception that, so if there is a challenge within me, all I have to do is I have to search for something what I don't know. So once I started realizing what I don't know, okay, I started resolving the problems. So I want you to do the same thing. Every problem that you have, whatever is bothering you, whatever is troubling you, whatever is irritating you, whatever is putting you into a negative emotion, okay, convert that into a question. Once you can create a right question out of that, okay, answer automatically follows. So you can start creating a solution out of it. I hope you are understanding. So the best ability what we need to develop in our life is the ability to create a question. So once we have an ability to create the right question, automatically resolving any problem is a possibility. Overcoming any problem is a possibility, but we need to create the right question. So from the beginning, okay, if you can assess, this is the clarity out of it, okay. The first part is this, try to understand this. So every time we have a problem, we have it because there is something what we don't know. So we have to explore, or we have to work out for knowing what we don't know. So once we come to know what we don't know, then we are out of the problem. Understand this, the first point. And second thing is, in order to know what we don't know, okay, we need to develop an ability to create the right question, to create the right question for the problem that we are encountering. Once we learn to create the right question for the problem that we are encountering, automatically answer follows. Because most of the times, questions are answers. So when we have the right question, we automatically have the right answer. So this is what we need to understand. See, when people used to look into the negative qualities of others, so I just used to ask them a few questions, okay, through which they'll realize this. So I used to ask them one thing, okay, do you love someone looking into the negative qualities in you? Do you love someone talking about your negative qualities? Do you love someone, okay, sharing your negative qualities to someone else? Do you love someone pointing out your negative qualities in the public? So when you don't like others to talk about your negative qualities, to look into your negative qualities, to share your negative qualities, to exhibit your negative qualities in the public, then why would you ever look into the negative qualities of others? Why would you ever look into the negative qualities of others? Why would you ever communicate the negative qualities of others? See, the saying that Jesus said is this, okay, do unto others what you want others to do to you. Do unto others what you want others to do to you. See, when we start looking into the positive qualities of people and when we start communicating the positive things, automatically people also will start looking into the positive qualities in us and start expressing the positive qualities in us. And that must be enhanced, that must be developed. Okay, so questions are answers. The right questions can create a solution for any problem that you're encountering in life, my friend. So take it on, okay? So develop your ability to create the best questions. So creating the best questions create the right answers. So once you have the right answers, okay, you're going to celebrate your life to greatness. Okay, I want all of you to do that. So let's all together do it. Okay. So I have a question from Tulsi. So let me first address this. How can we erase our past? See, one point we need to understand very clearly is this. Our life is a reflection of our memory, or I can say that what we do depends on our thinking. So our thinking needs some source to think. So without any source, without any information, it is not possible for the mind to think. So for the mind to think, it needs some content, it needs some information. So how do we get that information, or how does the mind get that information? So mind gets that information from the memory, what we have. So let us presume, okay, so recently I was just talking to one of my student. He was just saying that why I am not able to forget this, why I am not able to come out of this, why I am not able to, okay, come out of this, and why I am hanging on with this memory. So then I just told him one simple thing. See, mind has a desire. When a mind has a desire, we chase it. So once we chase it, we encounter in two formats. One, we succeed in that. Two, we fail in that. If we succeed in that, it's very good. Okay, we have some fun for some time. Then we will have a bigger desire. We will run after that desire. But when we fail in that desire, we still have that longing. We are not out of that. So that longing is there within us. The suffering is there within us. The pain is there within us. As we failed in the desire that we created. So as we have failed in the desire that we created, as there is longing, as there is suffering within us, we keep thinking about it continuously. So thinking about the same thing again and again, again and again, again and again, what is happening? We are creating a strong memory out of that. So once we create a strong memory, so once that content is reserved in the mind like that, now what happens? Try to understand this. You must be very much in the present. You must keep on doing something very good in the present. So if you are not doing something good in the present, let us say that you are watching a movie. When you are watching a movie, you are watching it for almost 2.5 hours. You have different kinds of experiences in that movie because you have emotion, you have humor, okay, you have fun, okay, you have dance, you have songs, different things, okay, which can entertain you, which can make you emotional, which can make you even cry, okay. Different things will be there in the movie. So you are captivated for that 2.5 hours. So as you are captivated in that 2.5 hours, you never get into your past. Your memory does not drift into the past if it is having a wonderful present. But if your mind is not having a wonderful present, it immediately either drifts into the past or drifts into the future. See, there is no big memory for the desires that are fulfilled. See, suppose you want to do something, so you tried working on it, you did it. So once you did it, okay, so you had some celebration out of that. Once you had a celebration out of that, forget about it. There is no much memory about it. But if you could not attain something in life, if you could not achieve something in life, what happens? Okay, there is a longing for it. So there is a mishap. I couldn't do this, I couldn't do this. Our ego does not accept. Our arrogance does not accept. This creates a strong longing. I couldn't. How can I get this? How can I get this? Is there any possibility of getting it? What are the possibilities to get it? So what chances are there? Okay. So how can I get this? Is there any way that some magic happens and my desire gets fulfilled? Is there a way wherein God is going to bless me with that? Okay. And my desire gets fulfilled. So once the desire is not fulfilled, there is a lot of thinking about that going on. So every time we think, okay, we keep creating that strong memory. Right? So there is a strong memory in the mind, okay? So every time the mind is in pain, every time the mind is not experiencing a wonderful present, now it has to drift into the past or into the future. So once it drifts into the past, okay, what happens? The strong memory that we have created within ourselves, so that will be the only thing that the mind can recollect. So now what happens? We keep suffering because of that. As we are suffering, we think that, okay, so we still long, we still struggle, we miss it, okay, we feel very bad that we could not get what we really wanted in life. And this pain gets multiplied. Again, we are building a strong memory. And next time when again we are not having a wonderful present, okay, we move into the past. Again we think about it, we worry about it, we struggle about it, we get irritated, we get troubled, okay, with all this irritation, trouble, struggle and all what we do is, again we create a bigger memory. So most of the people, once they fail in something, they develop a longing towards it, and that longing, the suffering, okay, the trouble, everything turns into a big memory. So all that they have in their mind is the past memory, so in which they could not complete their desires, they could not achieve their desires. So as they think that desire is something very important in life, and as that desire did not get fulfilled, okay, so that is going to put them into a big pain, okay. So let us presume someone had an opportunity of gaining something very big in life and he couldn't get it, he missed it. So now what happens, every time he experiences pain, he moves into that and starts thinking that if I had that, if I could gain that, my life could have been wonderful. So in the process of thinking about it, in the process of suffering for it, automatically what is happening, see, he's just recollecting that. In the process of recollecting, he's creating a bigger memory of that. And their mind is totally filled with that only. So automatically, every time there is a pain, every time there is a suffering, okay, they move into that. Hope you are understanding. So now what we have to do is, we have to delete that memory. We have to come out of that. Because what is the use of, okay, a failure memory? What is the use of a longing memory, a disturbed memory? So with a failure memory, with a disturbed memory, with a troubling memory, okay, there's not much what we can attain in life. So this we need to understand. So most of the times, what happens is, we never think about, we never process the same thing in life, okay. So let us presume that, okay, we don't have a right memory within ourselves, and that right memory, as it is not there, we are continuously or consistently being troubled in our life. So once we keep encountering, or once we keep struggling with pain or undergoing some kind of challenges within ourselves, what good is going to happen? So there is no use of a failure memory, there is no use of a longing memory or a disturbed memory. That must be changed. So the question is, how can we erase that past? How can we take off that past? How can we clear that past? It's simple. We have to be so active in the present. We have to be so enthusiastic in the present that we engage every second of our life and start working actively. So we are not supposed to give scope for our mind to drift into the past. So we are not supposed to give scope for our mind to drift into the past, means we have to engage ourselves, occupy ourselves into something or the other. So every time our mind drifts into the past, okay, we have to bring it out. We have to engage ourselves into something or the other. So now what happens, okay, you're not recollecting it, so you're not feeling about it, you're not emoting yourself about it, so the memory is not getting strengthened, so the memory becomes weakened. So once the memory is not active to that extent, okay, it's getting weakened, we cannot experience that much. I hope you're understanding. So this is one strategy, living in the present totally, focusing totally on the present, doing something that we need to do in the present continuously. Okay, this is something we need to focus on. Second thing is, if you have to change that memory to greatness, we have to keep feeding our mind with something positive. We have to go through the life stories of successful people. We have to update new information. We have to feed our mind with something very precious. So we should fill our mind with so much of information that so the past memory gets deleted and our mind will be filled with totally this. So even if the mind drifts into the past, the memory must be a collection of good things. So once we start experiencing good things, okay, leaving something good in the present, doing something good in the present, then automatically what happens, okay, our mind does not get into the past. As it is not getting into the past, okay, we don't. And the other thing is, even if the mind is getting into the past, if we can be conscious of it and drift it into something else, okay, slowly the memory dies. Probably we have to work on it for some time. So if we consistently work on it for some time, then automatically it's like not to use is to lose. Okay, when we are not recollecting something, automatically that gets deleted. There may be friends, okay, with whom we are very close. We must have spent a very good time with them, probably an year or two, very closely together, probably meeting every day, spending a lot of time, sharing a lot of things, communicating a lot of things, having a lot of fun, okay, a lot of memories, so a lot of creations. But if we are not in contact with them afterwards, we are not in touch with them afterwards, so we are not thinking about them at all, okay, then automatically we cannot even remember them in life. So I think as we pass in our life, okay, we will be coming across Many memories like that. We will not even recollect them, okay, once in your life again later. Because we will be encountering into a new world, okay, wherein we will not get back to that. So, all we can do in order to erase the past memory is not use it. So, not to use it, we must be very conscious about two things. One, keep observing your mind, okay, see that it will be in the present, and see that the present will be very active, dynamic, something wonderful. So when you keep doing something wonderful, when you keep doing something precious in the present, so then automatically what happens, okay, you're not drifting into the past. So even if you drift into the past, once you realize that your mind is talking about a past memory, which was a failure one for you, when you have a longing for it, so you just start deleting it out, okay? You just start leaving the influence of that. Okay, so once you are conscious, you are not giving active life for that, okay? Once you are not giving active life for it, so that gets deleted slowly, okay? And then what happens, okay? You fill your mind with positive content, you fill your mind with something good, so that things will start changing in your life. That's all. That's where you need to concentrate on in your life, okay? Once you make that happen, I think everything is going to be wonderful. So, to conclude this, let me put it so simple like this. Past is something that is dead. There's nothing what we can do with it. When the past is dead, what is the use of hanging on with that past which is dead? It may be a good thing, it may be a successful thing for you, it may be an achievement, it may be something wonderful that has happened in your life, but still it's dead. As past is dead, we are not supposed to go into it. See, I keep on telling to my students the statement that getting into the past and worrying about it or getting excited about it is all like digging the dead body that is buried in earth, taking it out and eating it. So if you can imagine a person, okay, digging a dead body out and start eating it, so probably you will be having the worst awkward feeling, okay, in that. And exactly we are doing the same. So whether it is a achievement or whether it is a failure concept, past is dead. So once the past is dead, so leave it. Start living in the present, because the present creates our future. So when present creates our future, we must be more focused on the present. And absolutely there will be no use of getting into the past and creating a strong memory of that and making our mind totally gain something which is not going to do any benefit for us. So all this started with one thing. I hope you understood this. We have desires. We want the desires to be fulfilled. If it gets fulfilled, then forget about it. We enjoy and come up with a big desire. But if you fail in that desire, there is a longing for that desire. There is pain in it. There is suffering in it. There is cry in it. Okay, there is disturbance in it. All these things become our memory. So every time we recollect that, okay, again this pain, this suffering, this agony, okay, all the things comes into picture and makes us more and more emotional. In the process, we keep creating bigger and bigger memory of the same thing. But what is the use of creating a memory which is a failure concept for you? So by creating that memory, ultimately what is happening in your life is you are just wasting your present and in turn, okay, wasting our future. So focus much on creating a proper present and in the process create a wonderful future, so that, okay, the memory gets deleted and that will not be of any use. But if you are not doing anything proper in the present, if you are not engaging yourself from morning to night into a busy present, if you are not into work totally, so then automatically mind is not getting something good in the present, so it drifts into the past and start recollecting that memory, what we have created which is not going to do any good for us. So if it is going to do any good for us, then it is fantastic. But if it is not going to do any good for us, see, we will have some knowledge, we will have some stories in our mind, we will have some subject content in us. Okay, this is all fine. This memory will be useful for us to create the present and future. But something about what happened in our life, okay, when it is a failure one or a success one, just delete it off. And it doesn't do any good for us, because success may develop arrogance in us, failure may develop a longing in us, and that longing makes us to think about it because it involves pain. But that destroys our present. So when present is destroyed, future is not created. When future is not created, we are going to experience the same kind of life in future also. So why should we? At least become conscious, get alert, realize so what damage you are creating for yourself. Because knowing that it is not going to do any good for us, spending time on that is a foolish thing, right? So we need to realize this. So in order to erase that past memory, all we need to do is live in the present totally. Engage yourself in the present. See that you will be so occupied that you will not give a chance for your mind to get into the past. 2. Be so conscious that, okay, even if your mind drifts into the past, bring it out immediately, because it's dead. So we are not supposed to live in that. So there is no use of digging out a dead body and eating it. So it's not going to serve any purpose. So once you are conscious, you can bring yourself out of it and engage yourself so busily that, okay, create some targets, goals, big goals, aspirations, okay, go with your dreams and create so busy life in the present that your future gets shaped. So then the failure memory loses its grip. See, if life is balanced by in one area, let us say that, okay, I could not study properly in life, I could not succeed in my career. So there was a deep longing for me that I could not properly educate myself, I could not do something with my educational career. This was giving a lot of pain in me, a suffering in me. But once I started achieving it, so without that also, without a proper education also, once I started achieving something in the educational sector, through my hard work and effort, okay, this failure loses. So there is no way wherein we can, okay, take off a longing, but we have to balance it. In order to balance it, we need to make use of the present. But worrying about the past, struggling about the past, getting disturbed about the past, okay, does not make us to work in the present. When we are not working in the present, there is no way, okay, wherein we can create a success in the future. So when we can't create a success, there is every chance of we moving into the failure past only. Why should we? So start focusing on the present, start working, dedicate yourself into it, and slowly what happens, okay, you will create a successful future. When successful future is created, okay, so failure story gets lost. See, I was struggling with a lot of, what I can say, financial issues, let me assume. So that financial issues made me to struggle a lot in life. So that was a big failure for me in life. How can I balance it? I have to create that financial success. So I was struggling with communication skills. So how can I balance it? I have to create a success in communication skills. Then I would. Okay. I hope you understood this. Thanks for your question. Pyari, good evening. So thank you so much for your prompt questions, and keep on asking this so that you will add some colors to this question answer session. Fine. What is secure and insecure life, sir? Okay. How we have to lead our life as securely or insecurely? A very good question, Pyari, okay. See, most of the people think about making their life comfortable. So they try to stay in the place where they are and lead their life like that, so that they realize that it is secure. So probably a person who is making 10,000-15,000 rupees, So tries to live that life continuously, thinking that if it takes a bigger risk in life, okay, he's going to fail. A fellow who's studying in a school, okay, probably getting a 10th or 20th rank, okay, tries to be in that position, okay, not thinking about creating a bigger life, bigger dreams, bigger aspirations. See, secured life is not taking any risk. Okay? So trying to lead the life what he or she has. Saying that I'm happy with this, I'm contented with this. See, probably most of the people think about getting a government job. So they think of getting a government job because they'll not have much work to do and they'll have some security for their job. So there will not be any question of laying off or getting fired. And the money gets into their account, okay, by the first of every month, and there will be some increments, promotions, this and all. So everything is going to go good in their life. So they look out for this security. But in the process of security, they miss achievement in life. They miss creativity in life. They miss achievement and creativity means automatically what happens is, I don't say that every government profile will be the same. There are some government profiles which gives a very big scope for achievement. There are some government profiles which gives a very big scope for creativity. So they create that and they start adding some value for themselves. See one thing, ultimately happiness is the outcome of what we achieve in life. Happiness is not the outcome of what we have. So the property is what we have, the cars what we have, the assets what we have, the buildings what we have. So happiness does not come from the assets what we have, okay. Happiness is an outcome of the achievements what we make in life, okay. So we need to create some achievements in life. We need to create some greatness in life. How can we create that achievements or greatness in life? It is just by one simple process, taking risks. So why do people don't take risk? Why do people don't try to get started with some new life? Why do people don't change their strategy of living? Why they don't march ahead in life and try to create the life of their choice? It all has one simple reason, because they want to be secure. Okay, they want to be in the place where they are. But that does not move. If a person who's getting 10th rank in life, okay, if he's not looking forward for getting first rank, then he's not putting in effort. So in the process of not putting effort, okay, he's not realizing his potentials. See, what we attain in the external world, forget about it, because that is what most of the people attain. And whatever we have in the external world is not going to design the feel of our life or the emotion of our life. So the feel or emotion of our life is an outcome of how great we feel internally. So internal life has to be made to its greatness, and internal life to be of greatness, okay, all it needs only one thing. So we have to take risks and in the process discover our potentials. When we come to know what is there within us, what abilities we have within us, what capabilities we have within us, and when we can realize that capabilities, when we can realize that abilities within us and make use of them and do something worthy in our life, okay, so then we will be the happiest person. See, I think everyone is having loads and loads of potentials, unlimited potentials. See, if I did not discover my ability of communicating in the public, if I did not discover my ability of training communication skills, if I did not discover the ability of walking the path of values and ethics, if I did not discover the ability of analyzing things, okay, wonderfully, if I did not discover the ability of answering the questions of people greatly, if I did not discover the ability of becoming a problem solver in me, if I did not discover the ability of a man who can think wonderfully, then think once, okay, how can I have value for myself? How would I love myself? See, today, if I can feel good about myself, if I can feel proud of myself, or if I can feel happy about myself, if I can feel peaceful about myself, I feel it just because I discovered the potentials that God has lodged within me. See, why would ever God lodge only a few, abilities, or few people with abilities? It's not like that. Everyone is lodged with lots and lots of abilities and potentials, and they have to discover. See, Rahman composing wonderful music, he discovered his potential. He discovered his potential from insecure life only. It's not a secure life. If he has thought that, he is playing drums, with a musician. If he is having just playing that, getting some salary out of it and leading his life, that will be wonderful. If he started thinking like that, he would not have practiced day and night. He would not have developed the ability to compose music. If he did not develop the ability to compose music, he is not going to get an opportunity. And if he is not getting an opportunity, what is his life today? Take anyone, Arunima Sinha, once she lost her leg, she must have decided to lead a secure life, wherein not deciding to climb the Mount Everest, or not deciding to climb the other tallest peaks in the world. And today you and me are not going to talk anything about her. She could not have been in the textbooks. But what made her to be a part of textbooks, what made her to become a part of education that is there for everyone across the globe? The risk what she has taken. The ability to come out of that insecure life. So what made her to leave the most critical time of 49 trains crossing on her legs was only one thing, that is the risk what she took at that time. And she said in one presentation that when she was undergoing the toughest time, wherein 49 trains were moving on her leg, she started living with one particular cause, that is, God is giving me such a big problem. So if God is giving me such a big problem, probably He wants to do something big with my life. So let me do it. For that I need to survive. I need to live. And the life in us is God. And we can't ask the life to go away from us. So whatever may be the problem that we have in us, we have to make that life to go on, because that life wants to do something big. And you take any great person in life, all the greatness what they have created in their life, they have created just because of one simple logic. That is, they wanted to discover the potentials within them. They never wanted to be secure. Take Sudha Chandran. If she wanted to be secure, she must have got lost in the race. So if Rajamouli wanted to be secure in directing movies, he could not have tried some gimmicks in Telugu industry when no one was coming up with some big budget movies and no one was trying to create some movies like being done in Hollywood, He initiated in order to do that. And that gave him a breakthrough. So you can look into, even you can see Kamal Haasan, Kamal Haasan never wanted to be a secure hero, He always wanted to make practicals. All the movies that Kamal Haasan made, were practicals. There was not a regular kind of movie what Kamal Haasan has made. He never wanted to be a secure hero who just balances things in life. He always took risks in life, and that brought him an extraordinary courage, an extraordinary realization of potentials, and he discovered that there is a wonderful actor within him. But if we did not try, probably Chiranjeevi did not try much with himself. He did not take a lot of risks. He just tried to work out with the strengths what he had, dance, satire creation, irony communication, okay, and some kind of dialogue delivery. He just depended on it and he could create something, okay, but he could not realize the extraordinary potential within himself, I suppose. But if he can, then that is going to be something wonderful. So you go through any life story, you go through Abdul Kalam, okay, you go through Mother Teresa, all these people never try to be insecure life. They always took risks. So by taking risks, they discovered the abilities that they had within themselves. By discovering the abilities that they had within themselves, okay, they became useful for this society. By becoming useful for this society, okay, they made their life to be a wonderful one. So I hope now you are understanding that security is not taking risks, just trying to be contented with what you have and leading a life, okay, thinking that, so if I do something big, I'm going to face some failure in life, and that failure may bring pain. So why would people not get ready for failures? Just because failure brings pain, failure brings longing, failure brings suffering. So if you are not able to suffer, okay, how will you learn the lessons that you don't know? So if you are not suffering, okay, how would you discover alternate routes, okay, in order to work? If you are not going to suffer, if people are not going to make you suffer, then where is the chance of you working hard? If you are not undergoing failures in life, where is the chance of you taking a lot of risks in life? So putting a lot of efforts, so taking risks. So don't try to be a secured person, okay, because leading a life of security is not leading life at all. Because at the end of our lives, the only thing that makes us feel a lot of pain in us is only one thing, that is not discovering the potentials that we have within ourselves. And this one thing can never be regretted. So we need to understand this. We must be very careful about discovering our potentials, and discovering our potentials need risk-taking ability. So Infosys chairman, if he did not want to take risks, okay, today there is no Infosys. If every entrepreneur, okay, did not take risk, okay, if Mujamdar Shah did not take the risk of operating biochem company for 36 long years before she got some funding from banks and started her own organization, running it in a small garage in Bangalore. If the risk was not taken, okay, just understand nothing great was to be achieved in life. And she must not have realized that, okay, she can create some of the biggest companies in the world. Okay, the same thing is with anyone. You can take any number of examples. Any number of examples. If Sudha Narayana Murthy was the first woman to get into the college and study her engineering, was the first woman to work in forests on a civil contract work. So all these things, okay, made them realize their abilities. All these things made them realize their potentials. And realizing their abilities, they are really becoming useful for people. They are becoming useful for lakhs and lakhs of people. So today, if Abdul Kalam did not realize his potentials, okay, then just think, okay, what would have been the future of them? So if Narayana Murthy could not discover his potentials, okay, today all the jobs what he is providing, at least to 10 to 12 lakh people, okay, so giving shelter, home, happiness in 10 to 12 lakh families, okay, that must be missed, right? So the best example for taking risk can be Steve Jobs, who always used to say that I wish to learn in life is learn to take risks. Otherwise, you will never discover your potentials. Without discovering your potentials, you cannot even live for yourself. But if you discover your potentials, you are not going to live for yourself alone, okay, but you are going to live for a lot of people. If I did not discover the ability to train a lot of people, so I am not going to become useful for so many people, right? So you can understand this, Pyari, I suppose. Thank you so much. think Nizam had a big question. So let me wait this. I think I'll finish off this and get back to this. Masood, good evening, man. Thank you so much for your question. Humans are multitaskers, or it's just different from individual to individual? Humans may be multitaskers, but one thing I can say this: when the mind is used for one particular cause, it can do the best. But when my mind is diverted into multiple things, okay, it cannot create something great in life, but we can even perform something. So like someone can dance to a certain extent, sing to a certain extent, do different things to a certain extent, but they cannot create a greatness out of that. But you pick up one area. See, we don't find any cricketer, okay, who plays multiple games. We don't find any sports person, okay, who gets into multiple things. We don't know any hero or any successful person, okay, getting into multiple fields. Probably an entrepreneur, when he becomes successful in his business, he launches different kinds of business. Okay, but he's not trying to do something else other than business. A businessman is not going to become an actor. A businessman is not going to become a singer. A businessman is not going to become a musician. Okay, I hope you understand. Rahman, I don't think Rahman has really any other talent other than composing music. Rajmouli, any other talent other than, okay, so directing movies. So his father, okay, has the talent of writing the best stories, okay. I don't think that there is any other possibility for them to get into that. So we may become multitaskers wherein we may do multiple things, but we cannot shine in that greatly. But if you have to shine greatly, Masood, my sincere advice is just pick up one task that you love most. If you don't know right now, okay, what is that one task, pick up all the tasks and keep working. After some time, okay, one task gets dropped away, and ultimately you will have one task left. You pick up that task and start working with it. I too tried many tasks in my life for almost 7 to 8 years. Afterwards, I realized that, okay, I'm not going to become successful if I try different things in life. I have to pick up one arena and start working on it consistently and keep progressing in that. So once I made a decision that that is communication skill and life skill, I started working on the same thing and I could progress myself, okay. So today I'm a very happy trainer. I can't say I'm a happy trainer, but I'm a celebrating trainer. I celebrate training. So because that made me realize my potentials, okay, and my communication, I have grip on what I'm doing. So there are many advantages that come up with a single task moving ahead. So don't try to do multitasking. That's not going to give you an effective results in long run. If you want to just do everything and get some kind of fun out of that, it's fine, Masood. But if you really want to become or create an impact in this world, if you want to create a strong legacy, okay, which will be there permanently on this earth, okay, you have to pick up one particular arena and move ahead, Masood. Just keep doing, that's better. Okay, thank you so much for your question, man. Lucky, good evening. Thank you so much for your initiation to ask some questions. So how to overcome negative thoughts? So try to identify the source, okay, from where you are getting negative thoughts. How did you get these negative thoughts? So it's from the negative memory that you have created. So why you have to create negative memory? See, don't look into anything negative in others. So once you look into the negative qualities of others, then automatically what happens is you create a negative memory within yourself. Negative memory has negative thoughts. Negative thoughts make you to think negatively. So once you start thinking negatively, it creates a trouble within you. Okay? So when you're not looking into anything negative, see, for example, let us say that you're just accepting life as it comes to you. So whatever is happening in your life, you are just taking it and thinking that it is for my good, and I'm going to be a very happy person in future. So this is going to have a beautiful impact in my future. Whatever the suffering I'm facing or whatever the celebration I'm doing, okay, it is just to create a beautiful future. So you start accepting everything in life. There is no opposition, okay. So then there is no negative thought in you. But when something goes against you, so when something does not go the way you really want it to go, then automatically you take it in a negative sense. So once you take it in a negative sense, okay, it's like opposition. You don't want that to happen. So in the process, when the mind keeps on thinking about it, okay, you experience suffering. But if you're ready to accept it, then, so if you're not looking into any negative qualities in people, if you're accepting everything that is happening in your life, thinking that something good is going to happen out of that, then where is the question of negative thoughts coming into you? So let's say you're loving everyone as they are. You're not creating any kind of terms and conditions about others. You don't want people to be like this or like that. However they are, you started loving. So where is the chance of you creating a negative thought about anyone doing anything? You're not expecting anyone to have a wonderful behavior towards you. You're not expecting anyone to talk only positive things about you. You're not expecting everyone to change according to your choices. So all these things, okay, when they're not happening, automatically bring a kind of negative thoughts within you. So once you create a negative thought within you, okay, you suffer. So take care of what you see, what you listen, what you speak. Okay, then automatically you don't create a negative thought. Don't look into any negative quality in anyone. Okay, love people as they are, and start accepting life, okay, as it comes to you. So don't have any kind of opposition, whether it is success or failure. Okay, if it is a failure, learn the lesson and move on. If it is success, okay, so just build your confidence and try to take up a bigger task and move on. Be in balance, be in happiness always. So there is no opposition then. When there is no opposition in your life, okay, then think about this. So there is no negative thought. When there is no negative thought in your mind, okay, there is no negative outcome at all. When there is no negative outcome, everything is going to be great, right? So this is what you need to understand. Thank you so much for your wonderful question, Lucky, okay. Nayub, will you please give me clarity on attraction? Something which is beautiful, something which is tasty, something which is colorful. You have sense organs, right? So whatever looks great for your sense organs, in sense looks great for your eyes, whatever looks pleasant for your ears, whatever smells great for your nose, whatever tastes wonderful for your tongue, whatever gives a wonderful sensation for this skin, okay, we get attracted to. Okay, that's it. So I think, okay, attraction is mostly used for girls. Attraction is mostly used for cars, properties, money, assets, okay, all these things. So you are getting attracted because you can listen something great from people. So probably if you have some big car, okay, so when you see it with your eyes, when someone talks about it with, you can listen something about your ears. When you sit in that and have a luxurious ride, okay, you have a good sensation for your body. So these things make you get attracted towards things. Okay, that's it. See, even a girl, because she is the most beautiful creation on this earth, so she gives a wonderful glory for the eyes. She gives a wonderful sounds for the ears because she talks beautifully. She smells great. And the physical contact what we can maintain with her, okay, gives the utmost happiness. So all these things will make us attract, okay, that into our life. So attraction is a feeling of getting some kind of fun for the sense organs. See, there are different kinds of food items, okay? But why you are more attracted for chicken? If you are a sweet lover, okay, why you are most attracted for sweets? So it's just because, okay, it gives more joy or comfort for your sense organs. So why you are getting attracted for rose, lilies, okay, jasmines, because they have a beautiful fragrance. Okay, why you are getting attracted for movies? Because they are very colorful, rich and grand to look at for your eyes, and the music background score gives a wonderful feeling for your ears, and you sit in a comfortable place and experience a luxury for your skin also. So attraction is the result of using sense organs and getting fascinated about it. So beyond attraction, you have to go for love. Okay, love is a construction process. So love does not come from attraction. So love comes from the effort we give. The service what we do. The more and more service we do, the more and more love we develop towards that. Okay, so we get more attached to it. Okay, that we call it as love. But in order to serve something, okay, in order to do a lot of service to that, so there must be some wonderful outcome we need to get out of that. So let us presume, okay, there was a very beautiful girl, a very beautiful girl. So your eyes got fascinated about by looking at her, and you got attracted towards her. So after getting attracted to her, okay, you started communicating with her. In the process, you started identifying that she is not a good character, her communication is not positive, she starts putting all negative content, she exhibits arrogance, she exhibits ego. So all these negative qualities does not give scope for you to serve her. So when you're not serving her, there is no attachment that is being developed. So no attachment means no love. Love does not grow there, okay. So automatically, what you got attracted to does not have value in the later days. Got it, I suppose. Okay. So you may get attracted to a car, okay. But let us presume that it is a very costly one. So in the process, you took loans, okay. You borrowed money from someone and you took a car, okay. So just thinking that having a car, you will have a lot of luxury. But the challenges what you face with the car by paying the loans, okay, repaying them, the interest what you pay, the disturbances what you get out of that, the damages what it creates, and the money that you lost through it, okay. So neighbors asking for it, different things, okay. So when you have to invest on its petrol, maintenance, cleaning, service, all these things, okay. When all the problems comes in, okay, the service you do for the car doesn't exist. When service does not exist, okay, you cannot develop love for that. So love is an outcome of the service what you do. And service can happen only when the nature of the other thing is fantastic. Okay, so the nature of the other thing must be good. So don't get attracted with your sense organs. So because sense organs get tempted for everything, okay, but we need to have a blockage. We must have, can I serve this so much? So if you are having an ability to serve this, or if you get an opportunity to serve it more and more, see, probably a farmer has a lot of love towards his field. Why he has a lot of love towards his field? He goes to any extent in order to protect that field. Because he serves it. The more and more he serves it, okay, the more and more he loves it. So, you may be having a lot of love towards a dog what you have because you serve it. So you serve a plant, okay, you get attached to it. You will have a lot of love towards it. Just because it's attractive for your eyes, okay, you will not get love. So there are many rose gardens outside. You may get attracted to every rose garden, okay, but you cannot develop love towards it because you are not serving it. So service is an outcome of, love is an outcome of the service what you do. So when you do service, okay, you get attached, and that is what love is. So in order to serve, the other person must be worth to receive that service. If the other person is not worth to receive that service, see, let's say Mother Teresa served poor people, the destitute, okay, who were thrown on roads, okay, who would not have anyone to take care of. If Mother Teresa had to serve very rich people in hospitals as a nurse or something like that, okay, just imagine, would she have developed love towards them? Because there is no much service what she can do to them, because they don't expect only Mother Teresa to do it. There will be a lot of people who can do it because they throw money. But Mother Teresa got a rare opportunity to serve where nobody is ready to serve them, but Mother Teresa started serving them. And that service made her love the destitute, okay, the most. And that made her celebrate the love for the poor. So attraction is getting some kind of happiness for the sense organs, entertainment for the sense organs, so you get attracted towards it. When there is a function, people dancing on stage, you get attracted to it because there's something for your eyes, there's something for your ears, there is something for your physical body. But when you start serving for dance, you develop love towards dance. When you start serving singing, you develop love towards singing. And the love towards singing will make you a wonderful singer and experience that singing greatly. Hope you got the logic, I suppose. Thank you so much for your question, ma. I'm sorry to keep you waiting because I know that, okay, you will create some sensible question. So, I want to take time. We keep taking various decisions in various aspects of life. We often don't get the results we desire. Do we need to accept those as God's plan for us and keep moving? Or do we need to hang on, keep bettering ourselves unless we get what we desire? In which aspect of life do we need to hang on, and in which aspects of life do we need to move on? A fantastic question. So let me come from the end, okay? In which aspect of life do we need to hang on? We need to hang on in the quality of loving everyone, loving all the time. 2, we need to hang on in the quality of the profession we live for. Okay? So, other than the profession what we live for, other than the love that we need to share to this world, there's no other profession that we have to hang on with. So when we know to love each and everything on this earth, and when we become a human being of love, then automatically we get everything. And when we keep on working in making ourselves better, see, for example, I'm training communication skills and I'm training life skills, okay? So I need to keep on working myself on this. I cannot come to a stage wherein I say that I am done with my preparation, I have got a lot of knowledge, I am better than most of the people, I can teach this. I cannot. In many other things I can stop myself. See, I may not invest much money into different things. I may not be a good investor. I may not be a multiplier of money. I may not be having wonderful public relations. I may not be doing this, that and all. I may not be dancing greatly. I may not be singing greatly. I can put a full stop on many things, okay, but I cannot hang on with my career, and I cannot hang on. I cannot just stop, okay, with my career. I cannot just stop my work with my ability to love everything, because having an ability to love each and everything on this earth, okay, everyone on this earth, everything that is happening on this earth, okay, I think we move towards everything wonderfully, okay. So now I think these two aspects let's consider, okay. So even you can consider family, career and family, or relationships, okay. So relationships, that's what I'm putting it as love. And career, whatever you are doing it, okay, you need to keep growing in that. Probably you can see two things happening, okay. Abdul Kalam loved everyone on this earth. He wanted everyone to be the strongest persons, okay. So he was so much loving this society and people. So he loved everyone and he treated everyone fantastically. On the other side, okay, he was totally focused towards his career building, that is developing India as a science and technology nation and wanted to make it so strong in science and technology that, okay, the world will consider that India is a very strong nation and Indians will feel that it is a very secure nation. So because strength is power. Okay, strength is everything according to Abdul Kalam. Now you take any person's life. I think these two are the dominating factors that we have to hang on with life. See, we take decisions. Let me tell you, when we are a child, we take some decisions. With that maturity, with the emotions what we have, with the feelings what we have, with the circumstances what we are in, with the time, okay, energy, all these things, okay, we make some decisions in life. And the decision what we take in that time is correct. But when we pass on in life, okay, and when we grow in our maturity, when we get occupied in life, okay, when we are busy with our things, okay, so when we look back at the decision what we have taken in the past, okay, from here we feel that it is a wrong decision. No, that is a right decision at that time. So you don't need to regret for any decision that you have taken in the past, because every decision you take and every resultant that comes out of the decision has a reason for your future. And you will come to know about it. So don't worry for that. So it has its impact. Okay, or impact may be a negative word. It has its influence, I think, okay, in your future. So don't worry for anything, okay. Whatever the decisions you want to take, you take. And the decision you take right now, with my maturity, I am trying to answer this question to you. And this is my decision. And this is perfect. But in future, I may come down to a stage wherein I may be more matured and I feel that the decision what I've taken here in answering your question is wrong. But no, this is correct with my conditions right now. It may not be from the matured conditions what I'll attain in future. No. So whatever the decision you have taken in your life, just go on with it. So the result, no, don't worry about the result. Your duty is to take a decision and move on. It may give a positive result or a negative result, but whatever it is, we have to move on. See, life is just like a river with two banks. So one side is of happiness, one side is of sorrow. One side is of success, one side is of failure. We need to touch both the things and move on. I can't say that I want to move towards only this bank because it's of happiness and it's of success. It doesn't happen like that. It has to go with both the things. But what is more important is moving forward. It's not hanging on with success, it's not hanging on with happiness, or it's not suffering with sorrow, it's not suffering with failure. Okay, it's just moving, it's just moving. These two things doesn't matter much in life. So I hope you understood this. So first, understand this point. So we take decisions, and the decisions what we take with the maturity what we have at that particular situation, we are correct. Don't look at the past decisions with the current maturity. You may feel that it is wrong. You don't need to. Okay. We often don't get the results we desire for. That is failure. Okay. Do we need to accept those as God's plan for us and keep moving, or do we hang on to keep better, okay, ourselves unless we get what we desire? See, there are certain things, okay, however hard we do, we may not succeed in that. So there we need to conclude that, okay, it's God's plan. So there is something what He wants us to learn and move on. So we need to accept and move on. Acceptance of everything that's happening in life is a mandatory thing. See, not accepting something, you live in suffering. So suffering, see, all you have is only one thing in life. You need to understand that, okay. So life is a journey from birth to burial ground. That's all. Life is just a journey from birth to burial ground. We are straight going to burial ground. In the meantime, we think there are a lot of things that are happening in life. But fact is, we are straight going to burial ground. And all we have in this life is time and energy. That's all. Time and energy. So we need to be the best master who uses the time and energy to its greatness. When we use our time, when we use our energy to greatness, the experience of our living before we reach the burial ground is going to be great. But if we are not using our time and energy greatly, then the experience of our life before we reach the burial ground is not going to be great. And if our experience of life is not great, then why the hell we need this life? Life is nothing but the God that is there within us. It has to shine, it has to celebrate, it has to feel great. So the experience of living must be great. In order to make the experience of living great, we need to use our time and energy greatly. Not just check worrying, struggling, thinking negatively, sitting and crying, okay, longing for something, irritating ourselves, okay. We are not using our energy for a right cause, we are not using our time for a right cause. Not using time and energy for a right cause, okay, no experience of life is great. So, time passes, time is not going to wait for us. And in the process, we are not creating a future experience also greatly. See, probably when I was talking to you yesterday, I just told you that you have just made your time and energy move in a wrong direction for almost 7 years. Not using your time and energy in a right direction, you miss the experience of life greatly. And as you have not done much in this 7 years of life, okay, automatically your next years are not going to be wonderful. At least you have to start using your time and energy to your greatness. So now just think, okay, if you are not accepting everything that is happening in your life, okay, where is the chance of you using your time and energy greatly? See, one thing I'll tell you. What you feel as most important at this age, okay, you may feel that it is of no use tomorrow. See, I used to feel that money is everything, and if that is there in my life, I am going to have everything on this earth, okay. But I feel most peaceful when I don't have any money with me. And today that does not have any importance in my life. So when I grow, it has to follow me. It follows. Understand this. Probably in my past life, probably loving someone had the utmost priority. I was even forgetting my worries, forgetting my people's worries. I was not bothering even if my family members are worrying, okay. But if I have an opportunity to love, I was ready to do anything in the process, and my loving someone was my ultimate thing in life. And today, which doesn't mean anything, okay. Now I discovered that, okay, it's not loving a girl, it is serving people, which is true love. So once upon a time, I used to think love is attraction, what I have towards her. I did not realize that it was an attraction, it is not love. So love is the outcome of service, what we do to people. So today, that doesn't bother me at all. I don't look forward for building a relation with someone, or so sharing my love for someone. That doesn't mean anything for me. See, in my past, okay, getting a kind of image, getting noticed, okay, gaining some importance, like people talking much about me, appreciating me, saying that Venu is something great, okay, that had a lot of importance, and today it is of no use for me. Clothing, shoes, appearance, they had a lot of importance in my life, okay, but today they have no impact at all. So possessions. So what is really important for you today may not have any value for you in future. Just you need to check always one thing, that is, in every situation of life, have this question. I'm just born on this earth, and I'm straightly moving to the burial ground. In the process, I have an opportunity to experience my life, that is, experience God. Okay? If that experience is to be great, okay, I need to use my time and energy greatly. That's all. So with my time and energy, if I use my time and energy, my experience is great. When my experience is great, the life in me celebrates. And that is the ultimate life. And for that to happen, okay, there is no question wherein you have to give any time for your suffering. You're not supposed to give even a minute or a second for your suffering. Suffering should not take the place, okay, with your time and energy. Your energy is not supposed to be diverted. Your energy is not supposed to be given away for suffering. So when you stop giving your time and energy for suffering, you start doing productive work. In the process of doing productive work, okay, you grow. When you grow, you are ready to serve this nation. See, I think, okay, there is no bigger joy for anyone on this earth than serving humanity. And to serve that humanity, you have to become potential. And to become potential, okay, we need to develop our, okay, skills or abilities. And that can happen when we use our time and energy for a right cause. I think the greatest people who are in history, you take anyone, okay, are the ones who served this humanity greatly. And they discovered that, okay, the greatest experience of life comes from serving mankind, serving humanity, and that happens, okay, by utilizing time and energy for the best cause. And they started doing the same thing. You cannot find any other unique quality in anyone on this earth other than developing themselves for serving the humanity. Check once. So you need to accept and move on. I hope you understand this. So there is no, you don't need to consider that, okay, it's a God's plan for me, or it has happened something like that. No, whatever it is, okay. So let anything happen. Your duty is to do it, experience it, move for the next job. So you can't hang on with the same movie, okay, and just keep suffering or enjoying it. Even if it is wonderful, you have to move on to the next movie and have a different experience of life. You cannot stick to the same experience of life and move your life. You have to shift yourself from the suffering, the experience what you are getting today. So probably, I don't want to have an experience of taking classes always. Sometimes I want to shuffle it to question answers. Sometimes I want to have like counseling sessions. Sometimes I want to understand people. Sometimes I want to share my ideas to people. All these things, okay, to a cluster drives my life. So use your time and energy greatly. For that, never give your time or energy for suffering. Accept and move on. Okay, I hope you understood this. We need to hang on, okay, keep bothering ourselves unless we get what we desire for. See, you need to understand that desire is the root cause of all evils. Desire is the root cause of all evils. Desire is an outcome of selfishness. We want some comfort in life. We want some security in life. So in order to create that security and comfort, we come up with a desire. So just observe humanity around you. All the people who are trying to save crores and crores of rupees, or all the people with strong desire for money. So why they want that money? They are selfish. So why they have become selfish? They want their life to be secure. It's a senseless thing. So desire is an outcome of selfishness. They want to be comfortable. In the process, they accumulate, okay, and die all of a sudden one day. And the money gets utilized by somebody, which is a senseless way of living. Every desire is an outcome of selfishness. You tell me one desire that comes out of you, okay, without selfishness. So destroy all the desires. Discover the potentials in you. Make yourself as an efficient personality. And with that efficiency, with that strength, with that abilities, go serving the humanity. So you're using your time, you're using your energy, and making the experience of your living best. Giving life to the God in us. So making that God to celebrate in us. Okay, that's ultimate thing. Even doing service is not a desire. I hope you understand this. It's not a selfish cause. Mother Teresa did not have a desire to help people, okay? She wanted to serve the needy because that is the need. So in order to serve, she molded herself greatly and she made the life in her to flourish greatly. So become a servant when you serve this humanity greatly. Okay? So every time you have a desire, you have a selfish attitude within you that you can be secure. I hope you are understanding this. So selfish attitude does not give good results. It will be more painful. So destroy the desire, okay? Don't focus much on that. So now your overall question is answered, I suppose, okay? We keep taking various decisions in various aspects of life. We don't get results, okay? We desire. Do we need to accept those as God's plan and move on, okay? So whatever it is, I told you, right? Whether things happen or not happen, okay? Your duty is to make use of your time and energy and keep doing what you ought to do in your life. That is loving and building your career, okay? And next thing is we need to hang on and keep bothering ourselves unless we get it what we know. See, we need to keep doing what we are doing. In the process, if the desire gets fulfilled, good. If the desire is not getting fulfilled, forget about it. But your duty is to keep doing your job, that's all. Okay? In which aspects of life do we need to hang on? I told you, right? And which aspects of life we need to keep moving on. Other than these two, okay, we have to leave everything and move off. Okay? We're not supposed to take it so seriously because life is ultimately a collection of time and energy. So make use of that time and energy always. Since time you get up in the morning, okay, till you go to bed. So I do, good evening men. I was just thinking, okay, about your question. I ultimately got it. Feel happy for that. సంతోషంలో కంటే మనిషి దుఃఖంలో ఎక్కువ కాలం ఉంటాడు. ఎందుకు? ఈ రెండిటిని దాటి ఓకే ఎల్లప్పుడూ సమస్థితిలో ఉండడం ఎలా? మనం ఎలా ఉంటామో the way we are, okay, we think the whole world is. And everyone starts from suffering and they get fed up in suffering and they realize that all the suffering is because of their selfishness. So because of selfishness they create some desires. Not fulfilling their desires, they keep suffering. So put it simple. పీపుల్కి ఉన్న ప్రతి బాధ వాళ్ళ స్వార్థం నుంచి వచ్చింది. ఎందుకు అంటే స్వార్థం కోరికని క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది, కోరిక బాధని క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది. ఏ కోరిక లేనివాడు, ఏ స్వార్థం లేనివాడికి ఏ కోరిక ఉండదు, ఏ కోరిక లేనివాడికి ఏ బాధ లేదు. He just thinks about using his time and energy for a right cause and experiencing life in life. If someone is suffering in life, ఎవరైనా బాధపడుతున్నారు అంటే వాళ్ళు ఎందుకు బాధపడుతున్నారు? ఒకే ఒక్క రీజన్ వల్ల బాధపడుతున్నారు. They are suffering because their desires did not get fulfilled. Their desires did not get fulfilled. But why did a desire come in? అసలు కోరిక ఎందుకు వచ్చింది? స్వార్థం వల్ల వచ్చింది. So that selfishness, if we can destroy within ourselves, okay, then no desire. When there is no desire, no suffering. ఇప్పుడు రైట్ నౌ నేను ఈ క్వశ్చన్ ఆన్సర్ సెషన్ని ఎలా చెప్తానో, ఏమవుతుందో, చెప్పగలుగుతానో లేదో, ఎవరన్నా నన్ను క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతారో లేదో, ఇవి ఏమీ లేవు నా మైండ్లో. బట్ ఆల్ ఐ డిడ్ వాజ్ ఓన్లీ వన్ థింగ్. ఐ కేమ్ హియర్. సో వీ షిఫ్టెడ్ ద టైమ్ ఫ్రమ్ 5 to 7. సో ఐ డోంట్ నో వెదర్ దిస్ వర్క్స్ అవుట్ ఆర్ నాట్. But still we initiated. I think first we did not get any question. So Tulsi gave her question to me because she had to move the question answer session forward, and I was answering it. In the process, I think I was talking in such a manner that, oh, probably this is the only question I'll have. After this question, we'll close the question answer session and go. Let me do my best. Then I slowly started getting other questions and I started keep answering. So when I have no selfishness within me, that this has to be proven as the best question answer session, or people should notice me, recognize me, all these things, no selfishness, no desire, no desire. Okay, then where is the question of suffering? So suffering comes from a desire. కోరిక నుంచి వస్తుంది. ఆ కోరిక స్వార్థం నుంచి వస్తుంది. ఏ స్వార్థం మనకు లేనప్పుడు కోరికలు ఎందుకు వస్తాయి? Think once. We are here to serve the humanity. There is something what we have. We just need to give to the people that who do not have. That's all. See, heat ni meer eppadana observe cheste, heat transfers from, okay, so high intensity to low intensity. ఎక్కువ నుంచి తక్కువకి, ఎక్కడ ఎక్కువ వేడిగా ఉందో అక్కడి నుంచి తక్కువ వేడికి మూవ్ అవుతుంది. సో వాటర్ హైట్ నుంచి కిందికి ఫ్లో అవుతుంది, కింది నుంచి పైకి ఎప్పుడు ఫ్లో అవ్వదు. సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ లైక్ దాట్ ఆన్ దిస్ ఎర్త్. We need to develop something and we need to give. And we should give without any selfishness within us. When we destroy, స్వార్థంని ఎప్పుడైతే destroy చేస్తామో కోరిక ఉండదు. కోరిక ఎప్పుడైతే లేదో అప్పుడు బాధ లేదు, పని మాత్రమే ఉంటుంది. When we keep doing our work, okay, we keep celebrating. Every good work we do will bring a lot of happiness and lot of celebration within ourselves. We keep dancing within ourselves. We keep celebrating within ourselves. And that celebration makes us a joyful human being. When people are not moving towards service, they're not converting themselves as a wonderful human being wherein they can do ultimate service. So they are just desirous of something. It is just because of selfishness. Because, see, let's say like that, I want my family to be the best, okay, my children to achieve this, that and all. It is all because of selfishness. And if that desires are not happening in my life, okay, then I suffer. But if I don't have any desire, so let's say my daughter wanted to become a doctor, okay, so she joined in BPC and she is working on it. So she's thinking she'll not get that and all, okay, a lot of things, but I don't have any desire towards it. I'm okay if she becomes a doctor. I'm double okay if she does not become a doctor. Because ultimately, she has to build an ability and serve humanity. If that service is as a doctor or is as something else, it doesn't make much difference. So service can be brought in through any channel. Okay? So whatever we have, we need to give to others. And we should use our life for developing that, what we need to have. So focus on building abilities and transfer that. Give your life for service. Then where is the question of sorrow? Just think once, okay? Think that you don't have any desire right now. So, or oka panchai raidu, okay? నీకున్న బాధలన్నీ రాయవు పక్క. ఆ బాధలన్నిటికీ కారణం కనుక్కో. అవన్నీ బాధలు ఒక కోరికల వల్ల వచ్చి ఉంటాయి. నీకున్న కోరికల వల్లనే అవి తీరట్లేదు, అదే నీకు బాధ. దట్స్ ఆల్, ఓకే? ఇప్పుడు నీ కోరికలన్నీ రాసిన తర్వాత ఆ కోరికల వెనకాల ఏముందో చెక్ చేసుకో. నీ స్వార్థం ఉంది. దట్ సెల్ఫిష్నెస్ ఈస్ క్రియేటింగ్ పెయిన్ ఇన్ యూ. So destroy selfishness. Use your time for enhancing your abilities. నీలో ఉన్న శక్తిని పెంచుకొని అది నలుగురికి ఉపయోగపడేలాగా తయారు చేసుకో. So in what manner doesn't matter. In any format, whatever it is. It can be a trainer, it can be a teacher, it can be a writer, it can be anything. So use your time for enhancing your abilities and serve that abilities to the people who are in need, okay? Then no desire, okay? No worry, no selfishness, no desire, no worry. So worry, desire, selfishness, punishable. స్వార్థంలో నేను బాగుండాలి అని థింక్ చేస్తున్నావు, ఓకే. యూనివర్స్ నువ్వు ఒక్కడే బాగుండడానికి ఎందుకు పర్మిషన్ ఇస్తుంది? యూనివర్స్కి అందరూ బాగుండాలి. నేను బాగుండాలని స్వార్థంతో థింక్ చేసినప్పుడు యూ మే గెట్ సంథింగ్, బట్ యూ మిస్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ ఇన్ లైఫ్. సో యూ విల్ గెట్ సఫరింగ్ ఇన్ వేరియస్ అదర్ థింగ్స్. యూ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్. Fine. Yasmin, good evening. Thank you so much for your question. Sacrifice means what? So people, okay, lose certain things which give them happiness and they consider it as sacrifice. Okay. So, see, simple. Destroy the word sacrifice and replace it with service. Okay? If a father thinks that, okay, he is sacrificing his life for the sake of his children, I think it's senseless, right? See, I'll tell you. I keep telling this formula, like probably this is the thought what I have got. My father took care of me. My mother and my father took care of me. Okay. And I need to take care of my children. They suffered for me. They struggled for me. They did lot of things for me. Okay. Now I have to do that for my children. I have to do everything for my children and grow them. And my children have to take care of their children. They have to do everything for them. It's a role. It's a responsibility that moves in. But it's not sacrifice. If we consider that it is a sacrifice, if I say that my mother and father sacrificed their lives, okay, for the sake of me, I need to sacrifice. I am also sacrificing for the sake of my children. And I cannot say my sacrifice is great because my children also have to sacrifice their life for their children. And this goes on in life. So then who is the sacrificer? If I say my father and mother have sacrificed their life for me, then what about their mother and father? They did not sacrifice their life for them. It's a role, it's a service. So there's nothing what you can sacrifice in life. Okay, people give away something what they desire for most or what they love most and say that they are sacrificing. Okay, but there is nothing like sacrifice, there is only service on this earth. And in order to serve, okay, we need to become strong or something like that. See, for example, my father has earned, let us say, a 10 crore property. Okay, so I gave this property to my sisters. And I feel that I sacrificed all the property what I had, okay, to my sisters. I don't think that that is sacrifice. See, nobody gives things like that. Actually, if someone demands and takes it, okay, that's a different thing. So I don't think there is something like sacrifice. It's a role, okay, what everyone has to play in their life. Today we face it. Tomorrow someone else will face it. See, one day when I told my son that, Arey, you are asking me 10 rupees. My father used to just give me 25 pies or 50 pies, okay, in order to buy something. But why are you asking me 10 rupees? And that fellow said that, okay, probably your father gave you 50 pies, okay, I'm asking you 10 rupees. But tomorrow my children will ask me 100 rupees and I am responsible for giving 100 rupees for my children. Now just think. So they have their role to play and this is a process. So there is no question of sacrifice in that. See, like a girl probably loves a boy. She loves a boy because of selfishness. Okay, she wants to be happy. And in the process parents say no and she goes with the parents' decision and says that I sacrifice my love for the sake of my parents. There also there is no sacrifice. There also we are selfish. because we feel that, okay, if we can go with the parents, okay, we get some benefits, we get some advantages, or we don't want to hurt our parents or something like that. Okay. But the pain is a result of the selfishness what we have, right? Because no parent said that, okay, you have to love someone and you have to marry by yourself. So no one said that. So marriage system is like, you're not going to a school and getting admission by yourself and studying there. You're not paying your school fees. Your parents took the responsibility of it. In a similar manner, your parents will decide who is the right person for you, because for your age you are not having so much of maturity, but your parents have undergone that, so they know. See, like, I have a very good friend of mine, okay, when he had a sister and he loves his sister so much, and he wanted a sister to be married to someone very good, some big dad, this and all. So their father fixed up a marriage alliance, but he was not at all happy with that. But today he says that what they have decided is right. So parents make a decision not based on the current circumstances, but based on the futuristic thinking. Okay, they know what good results their decision will make. Probably when my father fixed up my elder sister's marriage, I was not pretty happy. But later I realized that, okay, that was the best decision what my father took. So everything is like that. So process is, parents have to take care of the marriage decision, but we being selfish, we desire for something and we move towards it, and in the process we suffer, and then we say that, okay, for the sake of my parents, no, it's not like that, okay. We cannot say that that is a sacrifice. Okay, we have done a mistake and we need to accept it. Okay, I don't know exactly why you asked this question. If that is clarified, I can say whether that is sacrifice or not. Now I have to take it in a general sense, and that takes a lot of directions, Asmin. Okay. So immediately came up with another question. What is emphasizer? Emphasize is just putting some extra force on it, or driving some extra energy on it. Emphasizing is nokki chapram, or adding some stress on it and educating or narrating something. So thank you so much, guys. I think the God in me helped you out with the necessary answers. So if you still did not get any clarity about any questions, okay, you can get back to me. We can discuss personally and get a solution out of it. Okay. So thank you so much for your valuable time, and your support means a lot to us, because we are not what we are without you. So it's you who made us what we are today. So we greatly thank you, thank God, and thank everyone for taking this session forward. Thank you.